it still hasn't started. Hello, everybody. It's noon in Malta. It's 11 a.m. in Tom in Turkey.
In the UK, it's 11 o'clock.
Turkey, it's just after 2.
It's 11 o'clock. And okay, so we're live from all over the world, as you can see, or pretty much all over the world. And as you can see, I have these two fabulous gentlemen with me here today. Thomas Jones, not the singer Tom Jones, but our industry Tom Jones, and Giovanni Rottura, and Bimba. Hello, Bimba. Bimba is very quiet. Bimba is not like my two dogs. And today we are here because we are very proud to be launching a new collaboration between our three companies, and this is going to be called EdYouGallery TV. So I'm now going to pass you on to Giovanni, who will obviously tell us a little bit about where this idea came from, and these two gentlemen are the brains behind the operation. So I will stop talking now and they will take over. Giovanni?
Taking over. Thank you very much. Thank you. EdYouGallery TV is the result of 6 years of EdYouFest. We started, I remember, in Italy, in Genova. Then we went to Palermo. Then we were flying to Paris. For the last 2 years, we have been in Millfield, in the street, in Somerset, UK. And last year, of course, for the COVID-19, we stopped, we convert in online events. And we were quite skeptical at the beginning because the strength of EdYouFest was the idea of to have a face-to-face opportunity to meet people. But then we transformed the 3 days in 2 fantastic weeks, and we were able to put everything that was supposed to be part of EdYouFest, social events, bedtime story. We even had a disco time, and that was quite funny, without taking out all the plenary session at the workshops. It was a really fantastic moment. We were starting to consider, of course, pushed by the COVID-19, to start a lot of online activities. Our strength is the network of teachers all around the world. It's a huge one now. And the beauty is that we have also not just this professional relationship, but we have also a good friendly relationship with people. And when we try to share some idea or to share the vision, we have always the support of people. Say, don't worry, let me know. May I do something? So we did have, since June, a couple events every month. And the last one will be next on the 21st of December, Christmas Stories, with 3 speakers. And we were building up again the network. So we consider that was important to have a channel, a TV channel, where we were able to be live almost every day with dedicated professional people, and we are very happy to have you on board, Bernice, for this, and to help in structuring this TV channel. And the beauty of this is that we are working hard in preparation, and then to realize the things that we have in mind, the vision, is really, really the beauty. And Bimba is in agreement with that. Tom.
I can see that. Bimba, be quiet. So yeah, Tom, I'm going to take it a step back. Giovanni has given us a full timeline. He's made it come full circle, how it started, how it developed, where we are going. So he kind of gave us a summary of all this webinar in 3 minutes. Well done. But Tom, I want to go a step backwards in order to kind of see how you became involved in this project. You were obviously a very hands-on part of the organization team during EdUFest, and it was fabulous working with you there. But what is your role in EdYouGallery TV?
I think it came about kind of organically because me and Giovanni had worked together on a lot of projects going back about 15 years. I certainly met Giovanni, and we both had hair at that time. And we had found ourselves in very bizarre corners of the world, doing teacher training events and working with teachers all over the world. And we both really enjoyed working together, and we both really enjoyed working with different teachers. And I think, you know, it just felt kind of like a kind of logical idea to bring that together, because it's not a case of really standing up in front of everybody and saying, we know what we're doing and we know how to do this and we know best. It's very much a case of saying, look, come in and tell us what you know and let's share ideas, because a lot of the kind of CPD and teacher education stuff is very much about kind of gurus coming in and telling you what they know. And that's brilliant, because actually some of that's really, really great. And there are some fantastic people there. But I think for us, it felt very much like getting kind of grassroots teachers to tell us, because often, you know, you get the thing where you're sort of parachuted into somewhere and people will then say to you, right, well, you know nothing about our culture, our language, our history, or anything that our students actually need. And you arrived here this morning. How should we? And you're thinking, I don't know, what can I tell you? And so I suppose it's more a case of kind of opening up a forum in which people can talk. And that seemed for us a very kind of logical extension of what we were doing anyway. And as Giovanni said, there's a really great crowd of people who are really happy to join in with what we do. And lots of great people who'll come and be part of it. But there's also lots of people who'll come and watch that. And I think our events are always quite participatory. So when we did the EdUFest this year and we did it online, we did originally, we were all a bit skeptical and we thought, oh, it's not going to work, it's not going to be the same. But actually, it was great, you know. In no small part, thanks to you, Bernice, actually, because when we were deciding on the social programme, and we were like, right, who's a lot of fun? And so we instantly thought of you and asked you to come in and be involved, which was brilliant and really kind of upped the whole process. So thanks for that.
Yes, the yoga sessions, so the bodybuilding time.
I mean, terrifying, but
No, but apart from that very crazy session in my library, and I really wish I could have taken a photo of the way my dogs were looking at me during that session, because I promise you, they had never seen jumping jacks and push-ups going on in the library. But in any case, there's a first time for everything. That has become my motto this year.
Have you got a library?
That I do, yes. I love books. I do not have a spare bedroom, but I have a library.
Fair. I like that. I'm impressed by that. I don't have a library. I feel like I should now. That's going to be my lifetime ambition.
We use the
background,
exactly.
And I was going to say, since we've been planning all the stuff for EdUFest, and both of you have been, you know, I've had meetings with both of you while in your sheds, I now feel I should have a shed. So there you go. It's all about inspiring one another. One thing, and I would love to open this bracket and make it very, very clear. Tom, at one point you said that you and Giovanni met when you still had hair. I really hope that doesn't rub off on me. So I'm very much planning on keeping my hair. So with that means that I'm going to lose that.
Actually, because we did have this meeting today, we were planning, if we did have a couple of weeks, could have the proper software to put out hairs so that we could make a better impression with people. But, you know.
I think this is what Zoom is allowing.
But yeah, no. But let's go back to the original. There you go. He's got a cat. So let's go back to the original discussion. So when it comes to, I should have brought my Christmas hat. When it comes to the discussion that the programs that we we're going to have on EdYouGallery TV. Giovanni, what are you thinking of? Who are the people that we are going to have? What are the topics that we are going to talk about?
The beauty of that is, of course, we are talking about something that can be very interesting for people. And we think that they will be very interesting because they will come from people. It's not going to be some special speaker that will be there. I give you an example. I did have a meeting today with one potential future speaker from that is living in South America, and he has already enjoyed to do as hobby to do video editing, to presenting, to broadcasting stuff related to academy things or related to his own town, because he was presenting some beauty from the town. So they will be each presenters will have the opportunity to use his own creativity. This is the beauty of EdYouGallery. There will be no special direction. What we want is people to be involved. We will have time, of course, to go deep on special subject that they needed to be discussed. It's something that will be sometimes criticized by people. We will try to understand why. Or maybe there can be something where some old stuff they can be still good to be used inside the classroom. Or talking about the new technology, how these things that can be useful and spread around, for instance.
But it's basically just sort of sharing best practice, isn't it? And it's saying that you don't need to have a special hat, but you don't need to have a special qualification or be a special someone for people to want to listen to you and for you to have things worthwhile to say. And that's the important point, isn't it? Because we're not saying, you know, only people with lots of experience and qualifications can tell you things that are good. We're saying anybody who's got good ideas. You know, if you qualified yesterday or if you qualified 50 years ago, doesn't matter. What matters is, you know, if you've got good ideas and you want to share.
Yes, exactly. So, and there will be activities.
And for those, sorry, Giovanni, for those who have joined just now, because we had a question coming in, what we are discussing is the opening of a YouTube channel, which is going to be called EdYouGallery TV. And on this new YouTube channel, we will be uploading videos from live broadcasts that we will be doing frequently. And these broadcasts will bring together teachers who will be sharing their teaching experience. The teachers will be coming from all around the world. They will be teachers who teach a variety of different topics. Okay? And that is what we will be discussing. So sharing examples of best practice, as Tom said earlier on, and just people, like-minded people sharing experiences and, you know, sharing teaching methods, sharing classroom, you know, classroom anecdotes, I guess. Does that summarize it well, Giovanni? Is there anything we should add to that? Because we had a question from the audience coming in right now.
We would like to have also this as an opportunity for everybody to be used. If we have someone all around the world that would like to present, to say something, or to introduce any kind of subject, he or she will be always welcome. There will be an internal, with our team, a presentation of the subject, of the matters, and then we can have everybody taking part to our TV.
Exactly. So we are open to ideas. If there are any teachers who are watching us who have something to share with the teaching worldwide, we would certainly be very happy to hear from you. So, Tom, back to you now. Who is, I mean, we did say, I did say teachers from around the world, but can you give us perhaps some examples of some topics that you're thinking of perhaps having on this YouTube channel?
Yes, so we've already been lucky enough to talk a number of people and get them ready for this. And we've had people come in with ideas about classroom management, about online classroom management, about looking at behavioural issues, about looking at century skills and how we teach those. And also, there's a really big debate in teaching about the kind of moral compass of the classroom, because at a time of change such as now, where there's a lot of talk in terms of media, in terms of politics, a lot of talk about kind of division and a lot of talk about polarization, then there's a lot of teachers thinking, well, how do we help people navigate that? And then there's the other debate of saying, well, should we help people navigate that? Because at what level is my opinion your propaganda? And at what level is me trying to persuade you that what I think is right? And why am I right? So there's a lot to talk about at this particular time. So that's why we want as many opinions as possible to look at some big issues.
And also, I guess, having people from all over the world also puts things into a variety of different perspectives, because, you know, what happens, what goes on in one classroom, let's say here in Malta, is totally different from what goes on in a classroom in Turkey, in a classroom in South America, in a classroom in Australia. So that's why we are looking at people from as many countries as possible. I mean, if we talk about the EdYouGallery network now, Giovanni, more or less off the top of my head, off the top of your head, not mine, but I know we didn't plan for this question. Could you give me an indication of how many countries do you have involved?
At the moment, the real number, the exact number that I was counting, because we sent out the information for the next event on the 21st of December, are 63 countries. 63. So we are very pleased. Of course, in some countries there will be. In some countries there are hundreds of people. No? In some countries there are just 10 to 12, but they are touched. You know, and we are quite pleased with that. For instance, last time it was
I'm laughing.
I remember last time I was
because I was expecting to with that question, but prepared. Well done.
And yes, you know, on this I am quite excited, because the number that we have are really a strong base for all our projects. And also, I was taking part to an event from Sicily, Catania, Italy, where the students, they were connected with the teachers with Zoom, and they were preparing. There was a lesson how to prepare a pizza. It was a fantastic moment, and I was considering, wow, this can be a nice, easy moment for everybody that can be able to join at that particular moment, to share something.
Yeah.
Making pizza, it was quite nice things. I did enjoy that. Because it was a real stuff from students and teachers that were at this time, especially with COVID, even with online things, to be connected.
I think that's a really important point. This year is a negative year on lots of levels, but there has been positives, and the positives are the realization of how easy it is to build an online community and how valuable that is. It can talk to everyone. And in a sense, I feel like it made us understand what the internet is actually for.
Yeah, it's definitely, and I think moving forward, it is definitely something that we are all going to take with us this year. That yes, it has been tough, it has been challenging on so many levels, but I think it has also been an eye-opener on a lot of other levels.
Well, I think the internet previously was used for convenience and leisure, and I think now we are really understanding the kind of just the very edges of what we can do with professional communities, with social functions. And, the real pandemic on many levels is loneliness. And I think that's particularly true for teachers, because A lot of teachers are isolated in their own classrooms. A lot of teachers are isolated within their own schools, and that's much more so in terms of online learning, isn't it? Because online learning is not new. Online learning is a very old thing, really. But you know, online teachers will often say, "Well, it's great, it's convenient. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to commute. I don't have to put any trousers on, but I don't see anyone. I don't talk to anyone." And I think, you know, the experience of this year, certainly from my perspective, has very much been that kind of realization of how easy it is to set up and work with people in Argentina or wherever, you know, but also how it's more important than that, isn't it? It's more than just getting together and giving people answers. It's really getting everybody together and asking questions. And I think that's what EdYouGallery TV is all about.
And
Yeah.
also allow you to have your dog with you while you are talking, see?
Key, absolute key feature. I'm just looking around for
You
a dog.
have your dog with you. So
I've kind of got
I bribed my 2 dogs. You can grow a pet in your beard. No, but let's not go.
At that level.
So, guys, final question before we can close off and before we can wish all of our friends a Merry Christmas, because this is also the last live Schools and Agents live for this year. So, Giovanni, one final question to you. When do we kick off? When can our followers and viewers expect to find the first content on EdYouGallery TV YouTube channel?
Everything should start properly from the 15th of January. So in the middle part of January, we will be ready to start to broadcast the first activities. We are just completing at the moment a few things with the first people connected with us for the TV channel, and then also all the preparation with the editing for the presentation, the head, the tail, this kind of technical stuff. Christmas is the middle, so there will be some stop. 15th of January, middle of January will be the date, and we will be there already on the second week in January to promote.
There you go. Very well. So obviously, I very much look forward to being a part in all of this. It is always a pleasure working with you guys. It's always fun, as even you could see from this live, because it really felt just like, you know, a conversation about things that we normally talk about, because we always talk about these topics, whether it's sharing teaching experiences, you know, sharing experiences from adventures around the world. We're always sharing experiences. So I think, you know, you can much, even those who are watching us today, you can very much look forward to a fun-filled, very informative and very professional project that will kick off in January 21. So thank you, gentlemen, for being with me today. It has
Merry
been
Christmas,
a pleasure, and I would really love to wish you and your families and your loved ones a Merry, Merry Christmas. And also to all you watching us. Take care. See you.
Hello.
Stay in good health. Stay safe, everybody.
Arrivederci.
Ciao. See you later.
No, you've got to as well. I should say it in Maltese. Il-miliet u s-sena tajba lil kulħadd.